Here we are back in the booth, and
to the other side of
yeah,
I got this headset on too.
we have Shane Wolford. Never really seen Shane, but if he's here, he can play good.
He hit that 2-ball like someone who can play good.
Yes, he did. He hit that ball with nice touch. He was absolutely going to not leave a shot if it would have dribbled up and hung. Chris would have had to have jumped. But nice strike.
I'm surprised that he didn't just slow roll that in with a level cue. Would have been further away from this 4, but certainly would have still been makeable.
That's tasty.
Very nice.
Little straight, but he can snatch his spheroid off of that side cushion with the low left draw from the pike position.
Yeah, hit that ball good.
I think we might have ourselves a match here, and
Shane looks like he was ready to play
yeah,
for this match.
that was a real nice.
Three rails.
Now I got his angle's a little dull. I think he's going to probably just go one. Maybe he might. He did very good call.
Thank you.
He even got on the
Good
correct
speed.
side of the ball too.
Yes, he did.
This is as good as he could have hit it.
Yep, just bounce out one rail to as close to straight in as you can get. And that's close enough to not even have to shoot it.
Even though when you play on a lot of tours, including this one really, that conceded balls are not allowed. And technically,
Yeah, that's one of those rules you hear and you rarely see anybody enforce.
I've seen it. I saw it getting forced at Valley Forge in the pro event. You can rest assured. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll over to my food there, and I'm going to allow you, Andrew, to go ahead and do what you do.
All right, I'll hold it down for us. All right, we got a successful break from Shane here, but either a very tricky combo carom on this one or a safety. That was just a 3-ball combo, not a combo carom. It's still tricky though. And the cue ball is traveling around the world, I think, if he wants to get good on the one afterwards. Alright, now here's a 1 ball that needs to be hit accurately if you want that 1 to hang in front of the pocket and not hide itself under the 7 from you. And yet, here we are. I'd call Chris a favorite to kick this in. He doesn't have to go anywhere for position. However, kick it in he did not. And I believe he's left the potting angle. For Shane to just draw right back out. There it is. Shane is looking real comfy here. Chris does not want to make too many mistakes. Two rails back to center table from here, I do believe. Good players know how to find center table. Oh. Looks like a nice angle. He is in rhythm. I don't think a player like Chris Bruner is scared of being down 2-0. But I do think a player like Chris Bruner is capable of making a couple more mistakes and finding himself in a tough spot this match. Man. It's an advertisement for velocity on the break is what that was. With this wooden rack, you're always going to have a gap or two to make this 10-ball break very hard to predict and very hard to play any specific ball off of. But if you hit him as hard as Chris just did, something good gets more and more likely to happen. Chris committed the classic tactical error of pushing out and leaving a wide open look at a ball. Got a good safety played on him and returned with an excellent kick and stick safe. That's one for all you intermediate players out there to work on. That kick and stick off the end rail. Find being able to stop your cue ball dead on a kick shot like that comes in handy a lot of the time playing rotation games. Chris is rewarded with ball in hand. This rack looks runnable from here. I don't think he likes being there on the 3 though. Could be a carom on the 4 and the side. I don't think he's going to want to cut it in the corner like he probably meant to initially. Just a nice little safety. It's well done. He's taken away all the one rail paths. Oh, I take that back. He might have a one rail going between the 4 and the 10 off the end rail. Hard to tell how much of that rail he has past the 4, but yeah, that is what he's electing to play. kick safety playing on display this rack, ladies and gentlemen. Chris hits one thinner than I believe he meant to and gets safe anyway. That's what kind of rack this is. Shane plays a one pocket bank with one pocket cover. I wonder if he plays one pocket. Chris with the two rail flavor of kick and stick there. If the three hadn't hit anything on its way through, I think it would be down at the other end of the table and Shane would be safe, but now we've got good return safe options here. There we go. And Shane wins the first open opportunity at this rack. Well, no, the first open opportunity since that last safety battle started anyway. Nice shot. It's harder to hold a cue ball on those thin cuts in the side than it sometimes looks. Here we go. I can assure you all the 8 does not pass the 9 on the side, so I expect he'll be playing it for one of the corner pockets. He's showing us with his cue. I expect he'll go 2 rails up and down the table to play the 8 back down to one of the corner pockets on this end. And he's on it. Another nice run from Shane. Oh, I've been neglecting my scorekeeping duties, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. It is now 3-0, Shane Wolford. There we go. See if this 4-ball or 7-ball makes its way into the side. No, not even close. I can tell you firsthand, everybody, that racking the balls tight on this table is not an easy feat. We're seeing the results on the breaks. They've been quite unpredictable. I think Chris Bruner's recipe of just hit him harder than everybody else is likely the best response to that situation. Oh, very close. Very good attempt. Jumping that ball in. Shane's just a bit on the wrong side of this 7 to have any straightforward path of the, of the 2 to have any straightforward path to the 3. So he chooses a non-path. That's tough from there though. Is he playing safety? Yes, he is. Behind the 5. Went right around it, as is so easy to do on that shot. I don't know if he's left a pocket for the 3 past the 9. Nobody likes shooting that combo from here if that's all he has. I expect this will be a safety if the 3 doesn't go clean in the pocket. Oh, he did shoot the combo. Well, he hits him a lot better than I do, but I can't make that combo. Shane hits that combo so well, he makes them both. Played position on the 4 just in case, which is always good thinking. One rail across, has to make sure he goes far enough not to stay behind the 7. Oh, I'm not sure whether he got there. But now I am. He did. This angle on the 7 is not really trouble. He can use the end rail to bounce right back toward the center of the table for the 8. A little outside English on that ball to try to make sure he doesn't get a thin, difficult angle on the 8. He got pretty much ideal. And he's out again. Yeah, Shane is yet to put a foot wrong, really. He's a very talented young player, and he's putting together a very consistent, high-level match so far. Chris Bruner hasn't had to make that many mistakes, and he finds himself trailing 4-0. Which is enough to make any player nervous when they're playing against somebody who can shoot in an alternate break format going to 7. I'll tell you that. Bruner put together a powerhouse of a break here. He is off and running in this rack, which is wide open. The 8 to the 9 might see him have to make a touchy cut from an acute angle into the side on the 8. We shall see. He might have the angle on the 7 to just come right back up and play the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. No, he's gone for that touchy, acute angle cut. Executed it excellently. Uses all of a pocket on the 9. And is on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Bruner with a break and a run to bring the score line back to a slightly less threatening 4-1. Now let's see if Shane can answer right back with one of his own. I can tell he's fully capable of such a feat. but the 10 ball break does get in the way of a lot of well-laid plans. Two ball down. He's got a nice little shot on the 1 with a nice little angle to get to the 3. And this looks doable. The 7 doesn't look like it has quite a full pocket past the 8, which could get in the way.
No, I was telling, I don't know who I was telling, but I was like, man, I'm not playing enough. I was telling you, I'm not playing enough to play little touch shots. I'm firing at everything.
He's got plenty of angle on the 3 to make sure he can get a shot on the 4.
Yeah, my offense.
I think this rack is going to maybe come down to whether that 7 will go past the 8. He's pretty certain he wasn't playing for the side pocket on that 5 ball, but he has gotten nicely on the side pocket for the 5, so yeah, I do believe there's enough pocket for him to play that 7 past the 8, so we might see consecutive break and runs from each player in this contest. If that starts happening, then that 4-rack lead Shane built up, we'll see him through to the end pretty quickly. Needs this one to slow down a little. Oh, this got a little tricky right at the end. He needs to make sure he composes himself, forgives himself for overrunning position. Makes good work of this touchy shot from 9 to 10. I think he'll go 2 rails around for the 10 in the other corner pocket. He played that shot very nicely. It is not easy to make that ball when you're trying to do something delicate and speed sensitive with the cue ball. It takes a moment. I don't know if it's to compose himself or if it's to attach an extension to his cue, but if it is to compose himself, I think it's a smart move. Make sure he buries this 10 ball after getting that touchy shot done on the 9. Oh, there he is with an extension. Shane's playing with a peach hour cue. He's actually got the same shaft and same extension on it that I do on my playing cue. Beautiful. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a high-level match. This is some of the best pool I've seen so far this tournament. Alternate breaks are tough. When you're down 5-1 in a race to 7, you know you can break and run out every opportunity and still potentially lose from here. Makes it that much tougher to execute well, knowing that even if you do, it might not be enough. This rack, if anything, is less trouble than the previous one. Looks like the 6 to the 7 could very well be the key to Shane putting up another excellent full table run and getting to a 6-1 scoreline. This angle is a fun stroke exercise. I think he'll put a bunch of draw and right English on this. Come back 3 rails, catch the 4th rail on the end of the table there, and that's about as pretty as that gets. Well controlled 6-7. He might be a little flat to bounce all the way out for the 8 in the side here. Yeah, he played for it in the corner, and I don't know if he was playing for this corner he's going to end up playing it in. Man, when you're feeling confident and hitting the ball good, sometimes this game starts to look easy. Having played a match earlier on this table, let me tell you, it's not as easy as he's making it look. These pockets are 4.5 inches with no wiggle room, and anybody who thinks 4.5 inches is a big pocket is used to people who exaggerate about pocket size. So let me tell you, gotta strike these balls cleanly to run out on this table. And Shane is still pretty much without a mistake this match, and breaking to potentially win it. Sorry? I knew this earlier. I looked it up. George off camera was just asking me who beat Shane, because he's looking unbeatable right now, and this is the loser's side of the bracket. I can actually pull that up on my phone. Jimmy Bird put Shane on the one-loss side in the first round of this tournament. Shane's been racking up wins ever since. Jimmy Bird is the answer. Chris has gotten the best of the opening safety battle in this rack. Before crashing into the 5, looked like he might be right in line to run it out, but oh, he concedes the match from there. Well, Shane has been playing great, so I don't doubt that he was capable of running out from there, but I do think that was largely frustration on the part of Mr. Bruner. But ladies and gentlemen, his tournament and this match are at an end, and we're going to take a break for a few minutes while we find out who's up next here on our stream table.